Hey, Joe, what are you doing?
This is the best thing ever! Oh, sorry, hi Charlotte.
What are you doing?
I'm just eating my Easter eggs, obviously. What does it look like? Do you want some?
I'm okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Joe, why are you eating all of this chocolate at once?
Because it's Easter, and this is the best way to celebrate.
I see, but is that the only way you're going to celebrate Easter?
What else am I supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to be doing some kind of special dance or a handstand or something?
Not quite. Anyway, moving on. Do you know what Easter is or why we celebrate Easter?
Yeah, we eat stacks and stacks of chocolate because Jesus is alive.
Well, that is correct, but there is so much more to that reason of why we celebrate Easter. Easter is really important. Can I remind you of a story?
Yes, please.
So, it starts with a meal where Jesus was with one of his disciples who would betray him.
Ah, yes. Who was that?
It was Judas. Jesus and his friends went to pray, and while they were praying, Judas, the disciple that betrayed Jesus, led an angry crowd of people towards Jesus so that Judas could show the angry crowd which one was Jesus.
Well, so what happened next?
Well, the people decided that they wanted Jesus to die, so the soldiers made fun of Jesus and took him to a place called Golgotha.
To die on a cross.
Yep. Then the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross, and the cross was raised up. Some people were laughing at Jesus, but lots of Jesus' followers crying because Jesus was dead.
So how did they know he was dead?
Well, one of the ways was that the sky turned completely black when it was supposed to be sunny, and the earth shook. Then they took Jesus down from the cross and laid him in a tomb.
The end.
Not quite. On the Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene and some other women went down to the tomb and they found that it was open and that the stone was completely rolled away. They saw an angel who told them that Jesus had risen, just like he said he would. Should we go and hear what Easter means to some of the people in our church?
Yeah!
Easter is a time when we as Christians celebrate what Jesus' sacrifice means for us. It's a time when we look back at the seemingly sorrowful and hopeless time that was Jesus' crucifixion, with the knowledge of the power and the overwhelming hope and joy that the resurrection brings, and how it's changed all of our lives.
Easter is where you get a lot of chocolate, it's very yummy and I like it.
So Easter is the time of year where Christians celebrate the resurrection of Jesus, where he dies and comes back to life. The whole celebration starts, way back at the start of Lent. And then you've got Good Friday where Jesus is crucified, and then 3 days later he comes back to life, which is kind of part of a big basis of the whole of the Christian faith.
For me, it's such a precious time. For though we are aware of the amazing grace given to us, Easter is a specific time devoted to glorify and to praise God for the undeserved miraculous sacrifice and grace freely poured out for us before we were even born. It's a time to be thankful and a time to be joyful for the wonderful things God has done.
Easter means to me where God died on the cross and took away all our sin.
To me, Easter is a great time of reflection and kind of thinking about where we've come from, what our faith actually means and how that translates in the everyday. And also it's a really great time to spend time with family and just gather around to celebrate something that's actually really special.
Edward, what is Easter?
Jesus died on the cross.
And he rose again.
Huh?
And he rose again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much, everyone. It was so good to hear what you all think about Easter.
So, Easter is so much more than just these chocolate eggs. But they are amazing.
Yeah.
My favourite bit of the story is actually when Jesus dies and you said the sky went black, and it talks about the curtain ripping in two from top to bottom. The reason why I love that story is because the temple that was designed then had a space that was holy, where God lived and where man was allowed to go. And once a year, the Levite priest was allowed to go into the holy place to meet with God. But it was only one special person who was allowed to go in. So at the point when Jesus died, and the curtain says it ripped from top to bottom. Now this is a huge curtain, as tall as a building, and it ripped from the top to the bottom, so it couldn't have been done by a person. It said that no longer was God kept separate from man, but now man, all people, were allowed to go into God's presence and meet with him there.
Whoa, that is incredible. And we get to celebrate all together that Jesus is alive.
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter!